all done, Sue?
Yep, and not just with your hair. With the help of Xero's small business accounting software, I've sorted my numbers too. So now I can take my business anywhere!
That's it.
Wherever we want.
Search Zero with an X!
Zaxby's just perfected the Philly again with our signature crispy chicken fingers, sauteed pepper and onions, melty cheese, and garlic aioli. Grilled or fried. Now that's a Zaxby's Philly. Who's got the sauce? Zaxby's.
proprietary fucking
Hardware acceleration is just a scam by big web browser. You gotta open up your third eye, man. Come on.
You know what? I actually didn't know what hardware acceleration did up until recently. And when I figured out that Discord wasn't going to allow me to stream whatever I was showing on my computer because I was actively using hardware acceleration, it actually kind of made me a little bit upset.
Yeah, because
the whole point of hardware acceleration was to allow Discord to stream what was showing on my other stuff.
yeah, so basically what they did was they implemented hardware accelerated called oh my god, anti-piracy software. That shit. That's what they did. No, for real. That's why you can't stream stuff if you have hardware acceleration turned on, because then it kicks on the anti-piracy software that's run by your graphics card.
That's crazy.
And a lot of web browsers have that shit built in, like certain point, like if you watch like Netflix on your web browser, there's like passive stuff in the background. Like it's not just Flash or HTML5 and all that. It's like, whoa, what you doing there? You trying to share watching some stuff with some friends?
Absolutely.
Like,
absolutely.
Like, yeah, I pay for it.
$30 a month for this. I might as well, right?
Which like think about this. Think about how insidious this is for a second. So a website is accessing your graphics card
and my internet.
Implement software that you have not agreed to behind the scenes. Like, I feel like that's a violation of some sort that we just allowed to just happen legally. Like, that doesn't seem right. That's why I turned hardware acceleration off. I was like, yo, listen, the only thing that my hardware needs to focus on is a game. That's it.
Oh, I see you. You a man of culture. I said, oh, I see you a man of culture.
What?
Was that a cranberry Canada Dry?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it is.
See? Man of culture. See?
Costco got that
the
variety package, that blackberry, the cranberry.
The winter pack?
Oh, my. I need to figure out where I can get this variety pack. What store did y'all go to? What is it?
Costco.
Oh, I don't have one of the memberships because they cost money, and I'm broke. I spend all my money on games.
Or your mama's Costco membership.
What makes you think my mama got a Costco membership?
I'm assuming most women have Costco memberships.
Whoa, sir. It is 2025. Like, you can't just be assuming all women got the big box store memberships. Like, come on now.
I just realized how sexist that's.
Starbucks Live does not.
Ladies, I didn't mean it like that.
Starbucks Live does not condone the words of this
Yikes.
man. We're very progressive. You don't like women. You don't have to have a Costco membership.
If you don't have a Costco membership, there's no judgment here. We don't judge you. We don't blame you. We listen and we don't judge. We judge a bit.
I was gonna say older, but then that sounds more offensive. Like, I'm not trying to call your mom old.
So
apparently you are
ageist and sexist. Got you.
Just getting it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are not ageist nor sexist.
Yeah, you want to go for the hat
trick? Your mom's responsible.
You want to go for the hat trick? Got anything racist to say too? Like just get all the it's out of the way. Like
she's black. What racist do you have to say?
I mean, she's really light skinned.
Whoa, I ain't say nothing colorist. Hold on.
I'm just saying she's really light skinned if you want to go for that.
He said that, not me. Not me. I have nothing to do with that.
Wasn't me, it was him. Yeah. So
brother is part of the light skinned community. It's all good. I got nothing against y'all.
We got a lot to go over today, but today I really want to kind of talk about some of the things that that we as gamers might do when we're excited for something. Like, we got a lot of hype building. There's a lot of stuff coming up. And so we're going to dig into some stuff. But first and foremost, I want to say welcome, everybody, and good evening. Welcome to Start Button Live. This is a safe haven for geeks, nerds, dweebs, blurs, gamers, and everything in between. So if you play games, if you enjoy gaming of any kind, whether it be tabletop, cards, video, whatever the case may be, we are here for you. We are actually for this culture and this community. It doesn't matter what color you are, what sex you are, what race you are, what age you are, what gender you are. It doesn't matter. So we just want to make sure. I said what sex and what gender.
I thought you said what set. Like, we just
set you free
out here banging. Just
Start button.
Going off
boom.
sets?
So anyway, here with me today we have Mr. Hustle Simmons
Hey.
and we have Mr. Rygen.
Yo.
Now I'm actually gonna let you guys know I didn't feel it as much as other people in our community may have felt it, but I did go through a small depression this weekend.
The Super Bowl?
No,
Oh.
the PlayStation Network went out for like 16 hours.
Oh. Apparently,
So
they
initially,
fucked up.
when the PlayStation Network went down, and people were like, 2011, anyone? Like, but when the PlayStation Network went down, right? Everybody was talking about it all over the internet, and I was just like, I'm good. Like, because all I was doing was watching anime. So while I'm watching my Crunchyroll on my PlayStation through my PlayStation Network, and it still worked, I was Gucci. But then, like the next day, after I had turned it off that night, that morning, whatever you want to call it. So after I had turned it off that night, that morning, whatever, and then like came back, PlayStation Network was still down. And so when I went to try to watch my videos, like my anime, anytime that I tried to start the Crunchyroll app, it says, "Oh, PlayStation is currently busy."
What? What?
What?
Yes, yes.
That was, and mind you, that was Saturday going into Sunday. So you mean to tell me we get 4 to 6 inches of snow, ice, mind you,
Yep.
and you wanna not have my PlayStation work? You bugging? You bugging? So what y'all do this weekend besides watch the mid bowl?
Watch
Ow,
the
why's it
Superb
gotta be
Owl.
me?
I ain't do nothing on Saturday. Just got snowed in with the ice because I was trying to do nothing.
Hey, Rivals.
So there's some lag. What kind of lag you got there? I mean, if you see lag, then we apologize. You know, we have our technical master, our Mr. Wizard over here, Loon, who's gonna work on that for you.
I played Rivals this weekend.
You play Rivals? Obviously, you didn't play it on PlayStation.
Hell no.
You over here cheating on the homies, bro. You can't be cheating on the homies. How you
We
gonna be
got
playing
cross-
Rivals on the PC talking about PlayStation Master Race?
Yo,
You
not
know.
gonna lie. Like, for when Hustle plays Rivals, we should get he should be streaming it, but you got to get one of those heart rate sensors you can pop on Twitch and a little widget because I may be going through it. I can hear it. And I was like, I want to see what your heart rate is right now because the struggle is, man, on the other side of the wall going through playing Rivals is crazy. I'm sitting here just playing like playing backlog of Metroidvania games. I'm just chilling, having a good time, and I'm like, why aren't you on the point?
Bro, when you play with randoms, it is the most frustrating shit ever. Like I had to deal with a group that just kept like running around the corner. It's like, you know, I'm not gonna heal you because there's a whole bunch of enemies around that corner, right? Like if I go there, they're gonna kill me. So stop doing that. But you keep doing it. Like I'm about to just run behind you and just pocket heal you the whole time. No, I'm not doing that. Listen, I feel for y'all PlayStation dudes this weekend. That sucked. That had to suck.
I think,
But this is why you should also have a gaming PC.
I think the craziest thing I saw about that.
Hey, Rajan.
What up?
Hey, Rajan. V said, "Hear him in your head." Said it's a whole different level.
Oh yeah, true. I think the craziest thing with the PlayStation Network outing that I saw was like obviously it was nowhere near as bad as 2011, but down what 16, 17 hours. And I saw, I'm not even trying to like just like blade study, but it was like, yeah, I'm sorry, it was down. Here's a free 5 days of PlayStation Plus. It's like, okay, cool. And then people are like,
Here's my
people are
thing.
like, that's not enough.
I
It's
paid
like,
for
it wasn't even
PlayStation.
down a whole day. They gave you 5 times what was missing.
I pay for PlayStation Plus by the year.
Yeah.
And they auto charge me. You ain't giving me nothing. You gonna tack on 5 extra days from the day that I cancel because you know y'all not gonna honor that by the time I don't want PlayStation Plus no more.
True.
And my subscription ain't up until September. I just feel like, all right, cool. Like you could have gave us a little $5 game or something. Like
They didn't even give y'all that. They said, here's five days. Now
I mean y'all.
Get out of here.
You mean us?
Uh,
Oh, you're not with
my
us no more.
God.
You not Mr. PlayStation no more. Like you not here.
I
No more, no more hustle on PlayStation. Like
Whoa! I didn't say that.
you said, y'all.
Listen.
Like you not included.
Listen, I'm obviously playing Monster Hunter Wilds on PlayStation when it comes out. Okay.
That's crazy.
How's that crazy?
Cause I'm not.
I'm splitting it with APOC.
I said I'm not.
Wait, what?
What, you get on PC?
I'm gonna probably play it on PC.
I do want to play it on PC, but at the same time, I'm splitting it with APOC. So.
I mean, but you know, my homie like purchased it on PlayStation, so I'm gonna have it on PStation. I'm gonna play it on PlayStation.
I just wanted to knock.
But I'm also gonna play it
I
on
need to
PC.
take advantage of TV.
Yeah, you did. Although
So-
you could Steam Link it.
That will not run well. You saw I was struggling with Power Rangers the other day.
Oh yeah, that input lag was crazy.
I love my Steam
All
Link,
right,
but I ain't
so-
trying to play it like that.
Give us a second. What we're gonna do is we're gonna stop the stream and we're gonna restart the stream. So
Don't
this
go
way we can
nowhere.
try to fix that lag. Don't go away because we're still sitting right here. We just want Loon to fix this for us really quick. So we'll be right back. Just bear with us for a moment, please.
I said, wait, I'm looking at
Throw a little bit of money. Start button way. We got you, bro. We
Start
got
Button
you.
Strawberry coming to a store near you.
Strawberry.
Crazy. It's
Clever,
crazy. I
clever though.
definitely-
Clever.
Hold
I
on, let's
definitely
actually,
drink it.
let's think about this for Dubs or W, whatever.
I mean,
There's,
I
like,
would
Start
prefer
Button
to go with
flavor.
Circle because you know it's water.
True.
I
true,
already got Tone's
true.
flavor. Tone's Trolling Tropical Punch. You're welcome.
I mean,
Can't be mad at the alliteration though.
that's true.
I can't.
Oh.
I can't even be mad about it.
Wait, Raj, what would your flavor be?
Mega Mango. It's got
Raijin's Mega
right.
Mango.
Got
Yep.
the Mega Man right. in there.
Raijin's Mega Mango. Then
Mega-
we'd have Hustle Survival Strawberry.
Strawberry lemonade.
There you go. Hustle Survival Strawberry Lemonade. So, yeah, PlayStation outage. PlayStation was down. You know, gamers were depressed. Women were online talking about, can y'all please keep the PlayStation Network down for another month because my electric bill needs a break. So yeah, I seen it all, bro. Like I've seen it all, like over the course of this past week.
I know them Madden girlfriends was happy.
Not even the Madden girlfriends, they
The
2K
Madden and the
girlfriends,
2K
bro.
girlfriends.
The college football girlfriends.
Oh yeah, you right. You right about that. True.
But all right. So tomorrow Sony has an opportunity to make it up to us.
By not having a whack state of play.
Right. So we get a Sony State of Play tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which means it's going to be 2 p.m. Pacific. So, yeah, I was right. So since we're having a State of Play tomorrow, that means that guess what? We have 40 minutes of game announcements to look forward to because obviously Sony is going to either revealing games or consoles or hardware or something related to PlayStation and its subsidiaries. So make sure you tune in to YouTube tomorrow at 5 p.m. because we are probably going to talk about whatever it is that we see, whatever it is that's coming up. I've already had somebody say, yo, I'm just here for the Resistance. But then he sent me a video saying that Sony said, nah, they're not giving us another Resistance game.
What if this might be crazy? What if I'm holding out hope here. They release a new GTA 6 trailer tomorrow.
They probably should because we're
Yeah,
overdue for an actual trailer for the game.
with the gameplay and all that. Like,
Yeah,
I could possibly see
I mean,
that
at this
happen.
point, we already know GTA 6 is coming out in like September.
Allegedly.
They did confirm that it's I think fall. Did they say it like the other day?
Yeah, they said fall, but we don't know if it's September or October. If it's October, that's it for all the rest of the games that's coming out in fall. Like,
I don't think there were many games coming out fall this year. I think a lot of stuff is. I think this year.
I mean, at this point,
at least
if
confirm,
you
like, this year's
decide
really
that you're
front-loaded.
dropping in fall of 2025,
You stupid.
you know that your game is either going to be very short-lived or it's doomed. I'm just being
I'm
fair.
gonna tell you right now, if you're thinking about, if there are any developers that do watch us and you got a game possibly coming out in the fall, you better push that thing back
early
to early
2026.
2026.
I'm just
Either
like
that
I'm
or
telling
do
you
a
right
summer
now.
release.
Yeah, there's not a lot.
For the 6 million, like Monster Hunter World hit 6 million, right? If not more. Monster Hunter Wilds is gonna hit an even bigger audience. Like, I already know people who are not fans of Monster Hunter who have played the Rise beta, and because of the changes, you don't have to like kind of go through the same old mission loop over and over again, and you get that free exploration. It appeals to them more. So since Monster Hunter Wilds is appealing to a wider audience, that means that come February 28th, whatever comes out within that same day or that same week or two period, at least is pretty cooked.
I feel like there's a movie coming out.
I mean, unless you know you're like me and you're gonna put in like 800 hours. I might put in half of that because I got a lame hand, but beyond that, like I know I'm gonna put some hours in. I'm gonna be trying to hunt. Like
Yeah,
that
I'm-
Gunlance felt amazing.
Yeah, I was slacking on Rise a little bit. I'm actually trying to get back into playing Monster Hunter like that again.
Yeah, I mean, I was slacking on Rise too, but that was only because I bought Rise like 2 or 3 different times.
Yeah, we really
And
did.
so,
We
You know,
bought it
like
on
by the time I
Switch.
get to my second run through, third run through, I'm like, Like, so
But
I
we-
think I've only done like maybe 240 hours of Rise, which is,
I-
kind of light work in comparison to like,
I did
you know.
182 hours on Rise,
oh,
which is way less than Worlds. Worlds is the first one that I did 1,000 hours.
I
That was
think I
the
was at
first
about 900 hours on World. And like, I
Freedom
usually
Unite
average
two.
about 400 hours.
Freedom Unite 2 is like my highest hours played on a Monster Hunter game. Then
Oh yeah, it was.
What was
Tron-
it?
Freedom Unite 2.
Okay, yeah,
on
that was my
PS3,
first Monster
Like
Hunter.
I still think I have memory stick somewhere where it's like 1,800 hours or something like that.
Yeah,
Just-
because we were always going to Game Crazy playing that with everybody.
Yeah, and then Try I had a lot of hours in. But they just that's the console was on held it back. So
Yeah.
but it was so fun. And then
But even all of the DS ones, I had like a bunch of hours in. So like,
I
I'm
spent-
talking like 400 hours in the DS ones.
oh yeah, 4 Ultimate, yeah, I put a lot of time into.
Generations.
I'm still mad we never got a proper one in the Vita.
Yeah, after they teased that too,
Yeah,
they're just like, oh, you
teased
can
Portable
climb up
Third for the-
vines. Bro, they were like, oh, you can climb up vines by using the backpad for the Vita. And they showed off the technology and just, nope, not gonna make a Monster Hunter. I think they did in Japan though, but they never came out with one in the United States on Vita.
Yeah. Well, they people weren't really into Monster Hunter like that in the States at that time. Like, it wasn't until World that Monster Hunter actually blew up, and that was when they were like, all right, now we're gonna actually start bringing it over, bro. Like, because remember, we missed Monster Hunter Frontier, we missed Monster Hunter Online, we missed a bunch of Monster Hunter games that were Japan because we just didn't want to play it.
Yeah, but
Monster
Monster
Hunter
Online was that weird Chinese only one, wasn't it? For a bit, and then it went to
Yeah.
Yeah, online was the one that basically gave my computer an STD.
Bro,
oh, you get all those.
my
hoops
computer
you had to
didn't
jump
get
through
an
to try and get the
STD.
run.
My computer got an incurable. When I got rid of that computer, I still found files from QQ Bang. Wipe the computer, and there were still files from QQ Bang.
Yeah. Bro,
Bruh.
that QQ Bang stuff. was
Clean
so deeply
install of
rooted in.
Windows, and there's still files from QQ Bang. How?
Because it's a rootkit, I think. I think you literally
Bro.
have to delete your boot sector for it to be fully
You have
cleaned
to
off.
do that, CMOS clear and potentially get new members.
Yeah, that's how bad it was.
Yeah, it was that deep rooted into that Monster Hunter install that it's like it dug into your computer like a leech, bro. Dug into the computer like a
Game did look good though. I will say that.
it. Yeah,
'cause it
yeah.
was like,
I
what,
couldn't understand a
Unreal?
word of it, but yeah, it looked good. And even with the localization patch, it was still kind of a little funky, but whatever. So, here we are in 2025. We are now in February. We have talked about quite a few things, and keep it exciting around here. Normally we start off with a question of the day. Today we started off by talking about Sony and their state of play and their outages and how they just got to get their stuff together. But now in the months coming in 2025, like you guys know that 2023 was a banger of a year for video games. It was a banger. Now we also know that in comparison, 2024 may not have hit as hard, but 2024 had some hits too. You know what I'm saying? We got stuff like Power World. We got those
Helldivers.
undercover good games like Helldivers, like that just kind of was hitting. Astrobots, like where did that come from? So anyway, Balatro was definitely like another one that hit us in 2024, and now it's all over everything. So with 2025 being here and in the coming months, we have a bunch of games that have already been announced. We have some games that we knew about for a couple of years at this point that are coming, and are going to be finally released this year. Titles like GTA 6, as we mentioned earlier, Monster Hunter Wilds, as we've been talking about today as well. Assassin's Creed Shadows is something that we've been anticipating, that we know is coming out this year. Once they finally, for sure, set in stone a release date.
And I hope it's great too. I really do. So it'll shut a whole bunch of those anti-woke people up. I really hope it's good.
I hope it's good because I don't want to lose Ubisoft forever.
That too.
Yeah.
And if Assassin's Creed Shadows can't pull it out of the dirt, because Ubisoft is kind of riding on this at this point. I think that based upon the success and the sales of Assassin's Creed Shadow will determine whether or not Ubisoft is going to try to sell the company off or part it out. They've already been shutting different branches of the studios, different studios that they own now.
I can see them potentially selling off franchises to try and like stifle the bleeding effectively.
Yeah. That'll be the first step, but eventually, if the company can't pull out of like the nosedive, I think that they would just say, you know what, we're gonna shut down, or we're gonna merge or something, and we'll see something along the lines of Ubisoft being bought out by Take-Two, or Sony trying to scoop in, or Tencent, I believe was the rumor, trying to swoop in and buy out Ubisoft. So anyway, as a gamer, I think we're given quite a few good games every year, but sometimes we can be a little skeptical on titles that have been announced. So the question for today is, when games are announced, when we get reveals and things of that nature, what is it that gets you excited? Like, what do they show that makes you want to buy and play this game? What creates that state of anticipation for you?
I think the sad thing is now when you think about it, it's like it should be the gameplay, but we get a little too many cinematic trailers these days. I don't want to have any gameplay, and people still get hyped for them. We had Witcher 4 in Intergalactic. It's like the concept's like dope. I want some gameplay though.
Yeah, we got like what, 5 seconds of Intergalactic's gameplay?
If that, that's probably just a cutscene.
Yeah. It's
okay.
The aesthetics is now it's the aesthetics, like the style of the characters, the world that they're trying to introduce you to, sometimes also the music too. That's what now draws me towards the game, since they don't really show gameplay if it looks interesting, I'm like, I want to see more. But you kind of have me a little bit.
So let me ask, how can they show gameplay if a game isn't done? Like, obviously, when they reveal these games, sometimes they're 3 and 4 years out. You know what I mean? Like, should they not show us anything until they're about to release it, or until they're in that finalization stage? Like, is earlier better? Because we got GTA 6's trailer in 2023.
If you are not, I was just about to say, if you are not a proven franchise, then I think you need to have something to show.
Yeah.
So
Like,
that
if you're like,
means-
sorry, like that's not just friends. Like, if you're not an established like team or franchise, then you gotta be able to show us something. Like, obviously, everyone's gonna look forward to whatever Rockstar puts out, and they're gonna trust it. They're probably gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Call of Duty people. Call of Duty, they're gonna buy Call of Duty. Like, they don't need gameplay to know they're probably gonna buy a new Call of Duty. But like,
and if they get burned, they get burned. I mean, I
And-
know people who did not like Advanced Warfare or who did not like Ghosts, or
They still bought it though.
Of course they did. That's how they determined that they didn't like it.
Too late. Got your money.
With Rockstar, has Rockstar put out some poop yet?
the only game I
Besides
would
the GTA remake?
Yeah, the only game, but not remake, full release that I would say is close to poop is just because it wasn't for me. Is LA Noir. I played it, I beat it. It was okay. I'd say it's the weakest in the Rockstar library. But
And you still played it and beat it.
exactly, that's what I mean.
You did a lot more than I would have done.
And that's the thing too, is that there's a lot of people who love LA Noir. So it's like it's debatable whether it's up for debate because
Yeah,
there's so
that's why I said I was like the only one I could like even say is close for me on that bottom tier is LA Noir, but it still was like critically acclaimed, high reviews. Like it's basically like the sleeper hit of the Rockstar game roster.
I got it. Midnight Club LA. Well, no, it's not okay. It's not poop. The AI rubber banding was just a little ridiculous in that game. That it made it not fun for me.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Compared to Dub Edition.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Midnight Club LA was bad.
Yeah.
That's why Midnight Club stopped as a franchise.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
Rockstar knows that racing games are selling. Why do you completely 86 racing games? Because, like, yeah,
Especially after coming off Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition.
exactly. Like, Midnight Club Dub Edition was amazing, but like the rest of the Midnight Clubs went kind of largely unnoticed.
But wasn't LA the last one?
Yeah, I think it was the last. Wait,
It-
let me
No,
check.
I'm like 99% sure that game killed that franchise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So,
played- I
Yep,
played the hell out of
LA.
it. I 100%. I got
yeah, LA was the last one. I know LA was the last one because I remember riding around in my 240 SX in the open world. Why did you go open world?
Save them with Burnout. Why is Burnout Paradise open world? Nobody was playing Burnout for that. Nobody.
yeah, that was weird.
Burnout is not a car collectible open world game. Like, I want to do crazy races, crash into cars, do like unique tricks and whatnot. And like nobody. Burnout Paradise is a fun game, but I don't consider it like a Burnout game. It's like
Yeah,
it's Burnout
not-
Paradise. It's like the last
not
Burnout
free.
game to me was the remake of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit that the Burnout developers made
Oh yeah, that was fire.
because it played like just like a Burnout game.
All right, so we know that you guys want to see gameplay, but if there's no gameplay to be able to show, do you think that they should just hold their trailers?
Here's my thing. I have if I had a studio, my standard is I don't think you should show a trailer until the game is about 80% done.
Until the game is what?
80% done.
Okay.
Because at least if it's 80% done, you should have a decent little bit of gameplay footage to compile together for a trailer. To get people
Obviously,
invested.
because your gameplay footage
Same with
has to look-
cinematics.
I wouldn't
Fun.
say 80%. I would at least say like you have to show me like a good example of the main gameplay loop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
I
if you
can
can show me
agree.
like a decent chunk of that, like little side quests or something like that, make like because maybe the main storyline's not done yet, or they don't have super all the assets of all the area and terrain built done yet. But if you can show me like little side quests, maybe how some combat works, how you interact with NPCs, maybe platforming if it's that kind of game or something like that, like show me a little bit.
You know what I want out of games that are going to be announced in the future, and this is like an active pet peeve for me. I want to know if your game is going to be action adventure or if it's going to be a Souls like.
That's very true.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
very true, and I'm a sucker for all them Souls like games.
like they're so
Like
many.
not everybody wants to play a game that is so hard that you want to bang your head against the wall until you get a headache. So like legitimately let me know, like are you trying to boast the hardest difficulty in a game ever, or are you trying to create like an action adventure style of game, or give us like a Tomb Raider? You know what I'm saying? Like, because even if you give us like a Last of Us, like, are we supposed to get the vibe that it's a horror adventure from your trailer? Tomb Raider was not really a horror adventure, but it also wasn't Uncharted. Uncharted was a game that gave you like 4 different vibes in one game, because you always started out on some grand adventure, but by the end of it you were fighting monsters and bugs and aliens and whatever else they threw at you.
That is true.
Yeah.
Also, you do not have to put monsters at the end of your game. If I'm taking down hunters and I'm taking down bandits and vault looters and stuff, you ain't gotta throw some ancient civilization that was supposed to have died out 7,000 years ago at the end of the game to give us some flavor. No,
Sorry,
just
Far Cry
wrap us
1?
up with a good story and
Far
call
Cry,
it a
what is
day.
that? You?
I don't want to have to fight some immortal beings. I don't want to have to fight walking statues because all of a sudden I found the tomb and I got all the way down to where, we got to the ancient civilization and they want to kill me.
Yeah, no.
Why? I'm intruding in their space. Why do I need to go and slaughter these people? They've been living in peace for 5,000 years without any interference from the outside world. I just stopped them off that was trying to get in and rob them for all of their belongings. They should be over here kissing my feet. Now you got me over here with Desert Eagles popping them in the face.
What you're explaining is basically Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skulls.
Uncharted.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
And every Uncharted game ever, and the Tomb Raider games, and whatever else you could think of. Like,
Can I
if
just
I'm gonna be
fight
fighting
people, rich
monsters,
people?
let me know from the start that I'm gonna be fighting monsters, like Last of Us did.
Yeah. Like, can I can I just have an exploration game that's like Indiana Jones, but like, I don't know,
But not.
I'm fighting like, I don't know, mafia or criminal organization or something that wants to steal the artifacts for their own. You can already have that and have an interesting story. I don't care. Have me fighting like a DC-12 chopper or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Have me fighting an Osprey at the end, and I have to pick up like a rocket launcher to blow it
So
up.
Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, that's like a horrible. That's a horrible because the shit you fight in Metal Gear be wild.
Like with how some Metal Gear Solid games turn out, I would rather fight some random demon they just pulled out of nowhere versus like what? Why are all these random women in skin tight suits trying to hypnotize me with like robots? Like, what's happening? Like, can I just have a good old fashioned knife fight? Like, what are we doing?
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. Metal Gear Solid went overboard the minute that they started tapping into my memory card and controller.
Oh, I love that.
I loved it
like
too. I'm just saying that was the minute that it went overboard. By the way, what up, Goji Senpai? I'm gonna turn Goji Senpai into a real Bandai card player at this point.
I thought you were gonna say that it went overboard when they had the chick that was in 5 that was walking around basically naked because apparently she has to breathe through her skin. I love Kojima, but like, bro, that was a dumb explanation for her barely wearing clothes. Well, see, she has a condition where she has to breathe through her skin, so she can't like wear normal clothes.
Oh,
Can you-
quiet.
Can you imagine her
Yeah.
walking around sounding like she need to blow her nose all the time?
It's like, and it's like, okay, I can believe you a little bit with the whole skin breathing thing, but why she dancing around in the rain without shoes on though? Why?
middle
Oh,
of
that's
the
how she
day.
drink water.
Because that's how she's getting oxygen, man. Come on.
That's how she drink water.
She breathes oxygen through her skin like a plant does.
Now my question is for Hustle: what's worse, Quiet in 5 or the entire Beauty and the Beast unit from 4? As far as over the topness for Metal Gear Solid.
I gotta go with the Beauty and the Beast unit. That was wild. That was wild. Like, oh,
Especially when you fight the first one, Laughing Octopus, and then there was that Easter egg. You pull out the camera, she starts posing like it's a Maxim magazine. I'm like,
That's
whoa,
what-
what is happening?
Like, what is happening, dude? Like, what are we doing? Kojima, I love you, but
Now,
the
if that was
fuck?
in the trailer, would you buy the game?
said if that was in the trailer, Metal Gear Solid was. How old was I when?
When Metal Gear Solid 4 came out,
Yeah,
that was 8.
early 20s. Then I'm totally giving away my age. Well, like, yeah,
Would that
early
be a
20s.
selling
Me
point?
probably.
Would that be a selling point? Is what I'm saying. Like, would that be something like?
Not
Like,
early.
basically,
Nah.
we got a trailer for Metal Gear Solid Delta, right? The trailer for Metal Gear Solid Delta was literally Snake in the Woods.
And Ape Escape though.
I mean, you had me at Ape Escape.
I'm
That
just
game
happy
was
they. I'm just
fire.
happy they kept that little secret mode in the game from Metal Gear Solid 3.
Can we also get a new Ape Escape game? Like, I'm not asking for a lot.
He basically did with Astrobot because they tried mimicking the controls and levels. You can capture the Ape Escape characters.
Oh yeah, true.
And
Yeah.
I was like, this is the closest thing we'll get to a new Ape Escape game.
Bro,
So
Ape
we all
Escape
know
was
that like
fire.
games like GTA, Monster Hunter, like they basically have a solid reputation. They got core solid gameplay. You know, they've been consistent over the years. You know what you're getting when they even announce just the title. They could show the title run across the screen and you automatically get excited for the game and know what's coming, right? So when we see games like Monster Hunter and GTA drop a new trailer or whatever, what do you feel like a new game would need to show you in order for it to be like a must grab?
Has to do a good job of introducing me to its world and getting me invested in that world that I've never gotten a chance to play in before. Like Cyberpunk 2077 did a fantastic job at that. Because I never played the pen and paper game. That was my first introduction really to the Cyberpunk pen and paper game. And for me,
Do you want me to counter that argument?
what?
Concord.
What do you mean?
No, I get what I know what he's gonna say. That trailer was very enticing, and then they showed the gameplay that it was a hero shooter that nobody wanted.
Bro,
You could have,
But
They
introduced you to the
bamboozled us.
world.
yeah.
They did they had good animation. They showed you gameplay. They showed you, they showed you like story elements. They gave you a backstory. They gave you a purpose. Like they gave you everything that you're asking for, but the game wasn't successful.
You know what they should have did with that game when I first saw it?
Made it free.
Not even that. No, not even that. That game should have been like, since everyone loves the Guardians of the Galaxy game, it should have been a game like that.
that's what I was thinking it was gonna be until they said it was a hero shooter.
Because that
I was
game
like,
is underrated. The Guardians of the Galaxy, I
Yeah.
remember when I finally played through it, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, these initial trailers threw me off, and I had no idea what kind of game this was. I didn't know if it was a co-op game or like a Telltale game, Sal, which is like fancy.
Yeah, we
fancy
were
graphics.
completely
Yeah.
thrown for a loop, but we were already grabbed by the trailer
Yep.
because the way they started it off, it felt like a Guardians of the Galaxy game. And if they would have given us a trailer like that and it was an action adventure game or a co-op action game, we'd have
Should have
been
been an
hooked.
action adventure.
We'd have been lit. But they gave us a hero shooter that we had to pay for. Now, mind you, Concord was a hero shooter, and you're saying that they gave us a hero shooter that nobody asked for, but then right behind it we get Marvel Rivals, which I'm going to be honest with you, based upon all of the information, the trailers and everything that they showed previous, we didn't expect it to survive very long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was
It did
hoping
not look very good.
I don't know about that.
It
No,
did not look very good. Like it looked like
It didn't look like it had lasting power.
we had Avengers and Marvel characters, but the way that the gameplay was shown in the trailer, it did not attract me. It did not look graphically impressive. It didn't look very good. It looked like Overwatch skinned on Marvel, and it kind of really is. But it's a solid game. It's fun, and people keep coming back. And guess what? They already introduced ranks, and so people are going to rank.
Yeah. And not only
And
that,
it's free.
but they
So
listen
people
to
are going
their
to spend money on
community, too.
skins.
And they're listening to their community because so yesterday what happened was they were talking about resetting the ranks next week for the half season, for the midpoint of this first season. And there was a lot of backlash from the community of like, dude, I'm gonna lose all the stuff that I just worked hard for. And we're still in the first season. Literally a few hours later, the developers were like, we took in the feedback and we're not gonna be resetting your ranks. So it's good that they listen.
I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes I hate rank resets. Like, y'all know me. I played Pokemon Unite when it first came out. And like, probably not the first season, but like one of those seasons I played until I hit master rank. And in playing Pokemon Unite until you hit master rank, it's a grind. And I was recently asked to come back and play some more Pokemon Unite. And so today, that's what I did. I played some more Pokemon Unite on my way back up to Master. The problem was, and the problem kind of is, it's not a solid problem, but the problem was that every time that I played Pokemon Unite and I ran up to Master rank and got to this highest rank, the seasons are only about 6 weeks, so about 45 days or so. And then you're giving me a new season pass. You're giving me a new season that I have to rank up in because you're resetting me all the way back down to like basically they have, I don't even remember the levels. I know that there's great, veteran, ultra, master, but I think it's beginner. It might be beginner, great. Yeah, it might be beginner, great, veteran, ultra, master. You're already putting me back to veteran. So you're now de-ranking me by 2. And mind you, with every rank level, so like if you're taking me from master and you're putting me back down to veteran, you're putting me down to veteran 5 or veteran 3 or whatever the lowest level of veteran is. So now I have to climb, I have to get a certain amount of wins to get through veteran 3 to go up to 2. Then I got to get a certain amount of wins from 2 to 1. Then I got to get a certain amount of wins from 1 to ultra. And I started ultra at 5, and I got to do that same thing all over again. Whether it's 3 wins or 5 wins consecutively, if you lose a point that goes towards your rank up. So like each win is a point that goes towards your rank up. But if you lose that point. So you could literally be sitting there in elo hell. It is beginner, expert, veteran, ultra. All right, cool. So yeah, but you could be literally sitting there in elo hell.
So when the season starts off, do you go all the way back down to like
beginner? No, you go instead of like if you were master the previous season, then you'll go down 2 ranks to veteran.
Okay.
If you were like an ultra, then you'll go down to I think expert.
Okay.
And so on and so forth. Like I think you don't go below expert. Like you don't go from veteran back to beginner. Like they don't de-rank you 2 levels to go back to beginner. Like, but still, like that whole taking me from master that I worked on and putting me back to veteran was cheesing me. And so today I actually picked up Pokemon Unite. I played up until we were about to start. And now they took me from master and put me in ultra, so I don't have to climb 2 ranks. I just got to climb all the levels of 1 rank, which feels a lot better.
And it puts you with less terrible players, typically.
Yeah. So Quan is saying they take you from veteran to expert, they take you from master to ultra, et cetera, et cetera. So like, again, this is my first time not having to go all the way back down to veteran, which is a good and welcome change. But I think that gameplay loops are very important when you're considering what you're putting in. So yeah, when they show us the gameplay loop, they should also be advertising what their monetization practices are going to be like.
Yeah.
True.
Because Mortal Kombat told you straight up front, we're going to be greedy. We are going to
Bro,
out this game, and
Mortal
we are going
Kombat
to give you
1.
DLC, and we already know what the DLC is before our game is even out.
I told you when they showed that trailer and the game wasn't even out, I was like, this feels gross, bro. Like, this is nasty work. You gonna show me the DLC and announce that shit before the game is out?
I don't know, whoever in the game industry thought it was a good idea. It's like, yo, let's show trailers for our DLC months before the game come out. I'm like, you lost your, like, what? Can we not?
It's so disrespectful. It's like, here, whores, here you go.
It's like, you know you're gonna buy it. It's like, nah, probably not.
I didn't buy Mortal Kombat 1. I wanted to, but I was like, you know what?
You knew I was out as soon as they confirmed it was a tag fighter. I'm like, nope. Like,
Yeah.
I love my fighting games.
Tag assist shit, like,
I love fighting games. I can't do tag fighters. Never been able to do it. I don't know why. It's never appealed to me. I can't.
It's not.
I can't get the combo. I can't get the combo loops down. I'm admitting I'm trashing them games, but it ain't for me.
Granted, it's not a full tag fighter. It's an assist fighter, but still, that's like.
So if Smash was like a tag fighter, you wouldn't play it?
Hell no.
Nah, you got it. That look told me you got it.
Nah, because if they did it like that, the whole gameplay would change. I don't know.
True.
Because how Smash would work as an assist fighter is if assist trophies were like, you could pick an assist trophy at the start of the match or something like, and be able to use it like, I don't know, every minute or something like that. Because some of the assist trophies is crazy, like broken. So it's like,
true. Mac, that could actually happen.
what?
Build off assist. Yeah, in the next Smash game.
Who knows? I'm worried about the next match because Sakurai seems like Adam. He's like, yo, man, I'm done making games. I need to retire. And if he's not directing it, I don't know how that game's going to be. I know they're not going to I know Nintendo's never going to actually willingly put out a shitty Super Smash Bros. Game. I'm going to just be wary if I say, like, oh, and Masahiro Sakurai didn't work on this at all. And be like,
Ultimate was fire. Ultimate was fire.
That was the ultimate here damn game because he was like, y'all keep playing missing characters, blah blah blah,
here, man,
all
damn.
that bullshit. Here, everybody in the damn game. You get Cloud, you got Sora, you got Banjo Kazooie, you got Sephiroth. I don't want to hear nothing from any of y'all ever again.
We don't get no Waluigi.
I feel like he kept out Waluigi as 2 troll people that constantly kept asking for Waluigi at that point. Made him an assist trophy just to fuck people.
The Waluigi fans were upset, man. They were just like, hey, yo, why ain't we getting Waluigi?
So, can you name a game that over like the past, say, like 2 to 3 years, maybe even the past 5 years, where you saw the trailer and thought instantly, yo, I gotta get this?
2 to 3 years. Oh wow.
Past 2 to 3 years, like new franchise game.
Yeah, like a brand new game.
We're talking first trailer.
Yeah, like you saw a trailer, even if it was like second, third trailer. Like if they do more than one, because a lot of companies don't do more than one trailer.
See, I'm trying to not cheat because there's some games where it was like, I'm buying this right away, and it was like the new Ninja Shredder's Revenge and the Power Rangers like game was like those are like old school arcade beat 'em ups. I'm 100% was gonna buy those, but I'm trying to think of like other games that don't fall under like some
Like games that
franchise.
you didn't know about already.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Okay, games that I didn't know about already. Hold on, let me look here. Oh, Windblade.
Windblade.
Windswept?
It's,
Windblown?
Windblown. Yes, Windblown.
That makes sense.
That first
'Cause
trailer, I
I
was
kind of
like,
got
I'm getting
excited
this.
for that too. I
I
was
was
like,
I'm getting this.
"Ooh, what's this?"
I'm looking through my list on Steam because there are games on here that literally I bought just off of the trailer alone.
Like off the reveals from like
Whether it's something that I've seen on like YouTube or something. Blade Assault was another one.
Blade Assault.
Children of Morta was another one that I
Mech,
purchased off of that alone. On the trailer.
Mecha Break.
Wait, what?
Mecha Break.
When I saw
Mecha
Mecha
Break,
Break, I instantly knew I wanted it.
Yeah.
I can't really count Prince of Persia because I already love that franchise, so it's like I don't count.
Yeah, that's not a fresh one.
I mean, it was a fresh take on the game, but it's still that franchise.
True.
Oh, Hades.
Out Hades 1 came out. When did the first game come out?
Mm-hmm. I've never played Hades.
I don't remember.
Oh no, that came out during that came out during COVID.
Yep.
Yeah, 2020.
You know, what was another one? Just even though it's older, that I instantly was like, "Yo, I need to get this." Cuphead.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Cuphead is
saw
a
that,
game-
that art style and I was like, oh my god. I want this
Exactly.
game.
It's a game that I felt like, oh my god, I need to get this game. And
There's one I want that's coming out soon. That's literally like that sort of style, but it's a first-person shooter, and it looks amazing. It's like Mouse PI or something like that. Like you play like a mouse detective.
You know, a game I didn't get at launch, but just got a discount, but I would have enjoyed at launch. The RoboCop first-person shooter game, Rogue City.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was a welcome. That was a welcome surprise. Like, oh, this game is actually like dope. Like, if you're like a RoboCop fan, you just like you're not trying to find like a multiplayer first-person shooter to play.
so, is it like specifically for RoboCop fans? Like,
I think that is that's kind of what held it back because like people like us grew up in that time when RoboCop like was coming out when we were kids and were like that. So like we got that nostalgia already built in, but other people have maybe never watched RoboCop before. That was like, this looks just like kind of like a janky Half-Life, but you play RoboCop.
yeah. Okay, so the game that I was talking about is Mouse PI for Hire. It's
Okay.
like Doom / BioShock in like an old school cartoon, like Steamboat Willie type of world. It looks dope.
Mouse PI for Hire.
Yep.
And
Looks
this is a Steam
amazing.
game, so it's
But
PC?
did that come out yet? I thought that still wasn't out yet.
It's not out yet.
Yeah,
So that is a game that he is actively excited for.
Yeah, no, I want to get that too because it's like they use that. It's not the same people that made Cuphead, but it's that same it's that original old school like 40s, 30s like cartoony style, but it's a first person shooter. Like, but it plays like Doom, like the original Doom.
Okay.
Art style is
Um,
beautiful.
All right. So, what part of a game's marketing is most attractive to you? Like, do you need to see some form of like, is it the theme? Like, if a game is like coming out in like a cyberpunk world, is it like an auto buy?
For
Do you
me,
need to see like mechanics? Do you need to see gameplay? Does it? Can you get excited for a game off a cinematic trailer?
I kind of got a stupid answer. If the advertising's meme game is on point, that would potentially get me to buy a game. Like if your social media game and your memes are on point, that's gonna shoot you up the ladder. But
So
the
what
game
you
I'm probably
saying
gonna
is
buy.
that we go on to Wendy's every night.
What's up?
Yeah.
Kind of.
I said what you're saying is we go on to Wendy's every night.
Effectively, or remember the Arby's ads they had with they had the anime references and something like that.
Yeah.
Like
oh yeah.
when they made the Chocobo when Final Fantasy 7 remake came out, and I was like, see, that's
Good marketing.
that's some good marketing. It's like
Good marketing for not so great food.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to tell me that you eat Arby's on a regular basis.
I get it every now and again because I drive right by one.
What do you get from Arby's?
Are
you single-handedly keeping them in business?
Potentially? No, they're like a mattress firm. They money laundering. I don't know how they. Look, all I'm saying is when I saw a couple years ago and it said Arby's buys what franchise? Buys Subway, and I'm
They
like
are absorbing
what?
franchises.
yeah,
at
I was
that,
like, I was like Subway. If for people who don't know, just because trivia host, fun fact: the most fast food place that had because Subway's fast food to me. Subway's got more locations than everybody worldwide. But Arby's bought out Subway. And you see an Arby's maybe once every like 20 square miles, I feel like.
if not more.
Bro, how is their food this cheap?
Whose food?
They have a Surf and Turf 2 for $6.99. So you can get like a fish sandwich and a roast beef sandwich for like $7.
I will say,
How are they making money?
because I'm that crazy person that will get a fast food fish sandwich. Arby's ain't too bad.
Listen. I enjoy me a good fast food fish sandwich. The Wendy's one is still my favorite. Actually, no, the Popeyes one is my favorite because it's spicy.
Fish sandwich?
I never tried the
Bro,
Popeyes.
if you haven't had a fish sandwich from Popeyes, that shit is amazing. They only bring
I
it
haven't had a
around
fish
like
sandwich from Popeyes. I don't eat fish sandwiches very often, especially because most fish sandwiches are cod.
you don't like cod.
It's not that I don't like cod. It's cod is a very thick fish. Like
It's like light though.
huh?
It's light though.
The
Light,
flounder
light,
is
light.
light. Cod is more meaty of a fish.
I mean, he's not. That's why they make fish and chips out of cod for most part.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah. Loon said getting a fish sandwich from Arby's is crazy work.
Hey, when you grow up with White Castle, nothing hurts your stomach no more.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I grew up with White Castle and White Castle. I might need to go to White Castle. White
No,
Castle.
don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do
clean
it.
out the stomach and make sure that your dietary tract is healthy. Okay, so if you're not regular, go to White Castle. They call it
Oh
Murder
yeah, you
Burger.
definitely
For a
gonna be
reason.
pooping at the end of the night. That's for sure.
They call it Murder Burger for a reason.
Now, I
Man,
feel
every
like
time
Murder Burgers now is Five Guys. How greasy they are.
Oh yeah. Quality is
Yeah,
going
but
down.
are they gonna have you blowing up everything?
How much grease is in those
With how
burgers?
much grease? With how much grease and how the fries be over seasoned a little bit when you get the Cajun fries? Yeah, you probably
Bro,
need to go in the
it's-
bathroom.
I've never seen people be so heavy-handed with seasoning when you order them Cajun fries. It's like you feel your blood pressure going up the moment you eat them.
And it's not like exciting. Like you know how when you get like a Cool Ranch Dorito or something like that, you see all the extra
Checkers
seasoning.
Cajun fries,
Wait, what?
like Checkers Cajun fries.
Nah.
Not good, man.
They finally just rebuilt the Checkers over here not that long ago.
Those Checkers fries are perfectly. Those are still the best. Those are the best fast food fries. Period.
I hate the fact that I have to
Not
go
for
to
me.
like the hood in order to go to a Checkers.
That is true.
Like I got to go to like Jersey City.
Is that intentional? I feel like that's
Mhm.
intentional. Are they trying to poison the hood with Checkers?
And the fact that we're seeking out Checkers,
Open your third eye, brother. Open your third eye. What would Dr. Umar say?
Give me money for my school. It's never gonna open. Anyway, moving on.
Oh my god. We done it, y'all. We managed to get a Dr. Umar reference into one of the episodes. I feel accomplished now.
so anyway, with the conversation about the Switch 2, we actually discussed games that we'd like to see. So do we instantly associate titles and names with success? Like, do we automatically know that if it's going to be a Mario game, it's going to be a hit?
Yeah, it's safe to assume that.
Yeah,
I don't know why you would think any less.
it's only really the other Nintendo franchise you have to worry about not push numbers like that.
Like what? Like Pokemon?
No, like no, Pokemon's gonna sell. No, I was saying like Metroid
Pokemon is gonna sell, but look how Scarlet and Violet was received.
still sold though,
It sold.
and people still
But
gonna buy. And people
Would
still
you
gonna buy whatever
classify
the
it
next
as a
one.
good game?
I'm not the person to ask that question.
I haven't played it. So
I am not
can't-
that person to ask.
I'm just saying. Like, yeah, if we go by sales, then yes, Pokemon was a success.
You're
But
more. I would say
Scarlet
you're
and
more
Violet
likely to
had
be.
some
Okay.
frame rate issues because I feel like Scarlet and Violet had frame rate issues because
That's right, Goji. No checker slam.
Yeah, but that's just frame rate. We're talking about like, all right, we're talking about success. I'm more concerned about a new Nintendo title selling well, right? Like
You mean
Arms, like
Oh, yeah.
Arms.
I thought I was like, but that I have to clarify. You mean a new franchise
Like
or
a
a
new
new
franchise,
game
yeah.
in a franchise that doesn't sell it?
Nah, new franchise, like Arms. I don't know how did Arms sell. I don't know if Arms sold.
Is Arms a new franchise? Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, that was due to this.
Is
it
it
was-
going to be like a multiple game thing?
Well,
or what?
I don't know.
probably not because I don't think the first one sold well.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a
Like-
toss up with that.
But like, is Arms literally like the kind of game that like people want to play? Like, do I want
I'd rather
to
play it.
rock 'em sock 'em robot with you? Like, and
It depends on the game. I mean, look at Splatoon.
Yeah,
but Splatoon
Splatoon?
is still a shooter at its core.
Well, that's what I mean. But that was a new franchise.
But
That
Arms, like,
makes sense.
don't you have to like literally rock 'em sock 'em robot?
I think you can
Yeah,
play.
but you can play with a controller too. Like you can play it like a regular
You don't have
fighting game.
Mm.
You want.
Is it like a regular boxing or like?
But what I was
Whatever.
getting at is like, look at Metroid Dread.
Yeah.
Critically acclaimed, people loved it. Didn't even break 5 million copies, I think.
So it didn't sell.
Not really.
Was it good?
Yeah,
It was fantastic. I took the day off work to play it.
it's a
I love-
return to
I
form.
love Metroid. That's like my second favorite Nintendo franchise. Like Kirby's
What's
number
your
one.
first?
Kirby. Bro,
What's
what?
your third?
Nintendo? I always get the weird toss up when I get to third.
I'm gonna be honest. that I'm
Smash isn't really a
surprised.
franchise. It's like it is a franchise, but it's just like a Nintendo like cluster.
Mashup. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
gonna say, honestly, up until probably like PlayStation.
Zelda. There, I'm done.
I was gonna say up until like PlayStation, I would consider Mega Man a Nintendo franchise, even though it's Capcom.
Yeah, it was across
Yeah,
everything.
It was
NES,
only on Nintendo.
so across
Although- no.
NES. Well, before they also had they had the one weird one on the Genesis, the
Yep.
Wily Wars,
Okay.
which was like Mega Man 1, 2, and 3, and like a weird mashup game. But they were
But-
exclusively on Nintendo platforms. You had it on Game Boy Color, and then Super Nintendo, and then finally PlayStation came out. And then
Wasn't-
Right. So the
Wasn't
one
Mega
weird
Man
one for
Racing
Genesis.
on Genesis?
Huh?
What?
Was it Mega Man Racing on Genesis?
Battle and Chase? No.
Was it Mega Man the Fighters that was on Genesis? I feel like there was another one that was on Genesis for Mega Man.
Mega Man Power Fighters and Power Battles were only in the arcade. We didn't get home releases for them until the Mega Man collection came out on the Xbox, PS2, and the GameCube. Mega Man Battle and Chase was on at the PlayStation, but I don't. Did we? I don't remember. I don't think we got a US release for that.
So the next question is, now we automatically know that some titles automatically just generate hype. Like you see Zelda splash across your screen, you know it's gonna be a hit. Has anybody played the latest Zelda game?
What? Tears of the Kingdom?
No.
Oh.
Oh,
I
I didn't get a chance to play
Echoes of
that
Wisdom. I bought it. I have it on my. I have it downloaded on my Switch. I literally haven't started it yet. Backlog is crazy. Heard nothing but good
Okay.
things though. It's gotta actually like sit down and play it.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to play it myself, but I haven't had an opportunity, and I ain't gonna buy it right now. I got money tied up in other things.
Even when I know, like, I take advantage when Nintendo around the holidays on the Switch store, they'll do the buy 2 full price games for $100. So I'll do that to like get something out of the way to get it like save 20, 30, or like
Yeah,
with Tears of the Kingdom,
obviously.
save like $40.
When it comes to Nintendo, you got to take whatever discounts you can get.
Yep. So it's sitting on my Switch. I just need to actually like boot up the damn game and play it.
Yeah. Now, I will let you guys know, and I'm going to let our audience know that in March there might be a little bit of inconsistency with me, just because. So we may or may not be actually having a show on certain days because there's going to be times where I'm going to be out of the state. So I'm going to be traveling a little bit in March, mostly in the beginning. So within the next couple of weeks, like I won't be here like from the 6th until like the 10th. Like I don't get home until like late at night on the 10th, so I don't know if we're gonna have a show on March 11th. I'll be preparing to leave prior to that, so I'll try my best to make sure that we have one prior to the 6th. But you know, just kind of putting it out there in case everybody needs to mark your calendars. We are here every Tuesday that we can possibly be here, and of course, like if we have technical difficulties like we did last week, or whatever you would like to call it, then we'll try to make sure that you know as soon as possible. Sometimes we don't know ahead of time, so unfortunately we can't be here. But just trust me when we say, unless we announce it ahead of time, we're trying to be here for you. No, it's okay, Lou. It was a technical difficulty, bro. Just like I had my technical difficulty where my camera wouldn't work one week. Weird things happen when it comes to technology. So, we are definitely 100% our own techs, and we try to make sure to be here. Now, have you played a game that you were expecting to be great, that you saw trailers for, or that you got excited for? 1000% convinced this game is gonna be fire, and it didn't turn out to be worth the time or money you invested into it?
Insert the entire Watch Dogs franchise here. Am I wrong though?
The second one was fire.
Eh.
I like it was way better than the first one and way better than the third one.
Still not saying that much. That's like saying the new remake of Saints Row was better than 4, but it really wasn't.
I haven't played it. Let me think.
I'm a fan of Saints Row.
No, the new one. I love 3 and 4. I love 2 through 4, but the new remake.
What I'm saying is I'm a fan of Saints Row. The new one, I wanted to like it, but it had too many bugs for me. And then I tried and I just couldn't get through it. And then Saints Row 4, I'm gonna be completely honest, I really wasn't feeling
Superpowers.
Yeah, aliens and superpowers.
I did way too much for that. It's like, all right, like what? Oh, Agents of Mayhem. That was disappointing. Had some good ideas, but
Waiting games. Do I got any in my Steam library?
Agents of Mayhem had all the possibilities to be like really good and just
Anthem.
Yes, Anthem. Perfect. Yeah. Well, I enjoyed what I played. For the time that I played it, I got like 60 plus hours out of it.
I think I did like 90 hours in Anthem.
It was just disappointing that they dropped support of it.
Yeah. I think and here's my thing. And I know we probably never got into this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you hear lists of like some of the worst games of all time, somehow Anthem is always on that list.
Because they promised us, or saying promised the world's a little like exaggerating, but that game had the potential to be so damn good.
But it wasn't a bad game.
It wasn't bad.
It just literally felt like they lost track of what they wanted to do like 90% of the way through developing the game. It's like you got like the basics, you got the campaign, you got all the classes, you got the frames, but it's just like, he's like, what we got next? Release
Like,
it. It's like
yeah.
what do you mean release it? It's not done. It's like,
like mechanically,
right.
it's a good game.
Yeah.
The shooting mechanics are tight. They don't like none of the guns feel like stupidly weak or anything like that. The abilities are all unique per what I forgot what the suits are called. I can't remember.
Per mech.
Javelin. Per javelin.
I'm just calling them a mech.
Unique. But they promised like, oh, there's gonna be more javelins and all this other stuff, and they just
Raids. We were waiting for raids. Ask Loon.
Yeah,
Loon
and
will tell
raid.
you, we were waiting for raids. We ran through that entire game waiting for raids because
I
we were
wanted
on our
that.
Destiny type stuff.
I wanted that game. I wanted to still be playing it today with like updates and crazy
I'm about to
weapons.
say, you
And I
can
got a
still
high
play it
level.
today. I wouldn't, but you could.
but before TikTok was taken away, I remember there was this one dude trying to get like, a lot of people behind Anthem again, trying to play it again.
TikTok is back, by the way.
Oh, not for me. Unless I'm looking at my web browser.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't take it off my phone, so I still have.
I was about to say I was too smart to take it off my phone.
I was like, I'm leaving this shit on here just in case. I was gonna.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm
it's
gonna
coming
figure out
back
some
here.
way to
I'm
get
gonna
on.
just leave it here. I'm gonna just try to. Like I was like, maybe I should just hide it. Maybe I should figure out a way to hide the icon so that it's not on my main screen. TikTok. You miss it.
And then I wanted it back, and then it came back, and then I came to the realization that certain people now can continue to make money on TikTok. And I want it gone again. I want it gone again. Like for what I'm talking about is you can go ahead and search up for on your own discretion something called Astrovino. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. Seeing that she was still active, I was like, maybe it was a mistake that TikTok came back.
I'm actually glad that TikTok came back because if TikTok hadn't come back, I don't think I would have found baggy card o'clock.
What?
You're not familiar with the phrase?
Baggy. What?
Baggy card o'clock. There is a woman on TikTok who is a creator. And like it's so wholesome that it's funny. Like it's so entertaining because watching her videos, it's African American woman who is getting into Pokemon. So she's buying packs and opening Pokemon cards. And so like she would get a pack and she'll like open the cards and she'll be like, all right, you know, what's that trick? They do the trick where they got the thing and they take the thing. And so she was like, all right, so we got, what is this? This is Skeleton Man. And this is Pointy Hat Dude. Like, and she'll do stuff like
the same card.
What?
Why do you got 3 of the same card?
I have 4 of the same card. It's a playset.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Continue. That was just throwing me off. I was like, what the
I was just utilizing this as an example. These are cards that I'm actually giving to somebody tomorrow. But like what she would do is like she would go through it, and even if she didn't know the Pokemon or wasn't familiar with it, she doesn't know the value of the cards. She doesn't care. She's not looking for, oh, this card is worth $500. She's just looking at this card is nice. And as she's going through the cards, she'll come across like a full art or like an alt art or something like, or an EX, and she'll be like, oh, this card right here, blah, blah, blah. You know what time it is? It's baggy card o'clock. And instead of putting them in like card savers or like, you know, like the little sleeves that you protect your cards with, she would take her cards, like her hits, and she would put them in a Ziploc bag, like a Ziploc baggie, and then zip it and store them like that, even though the bag was entirely too big for the card. But it was her way of taking her valuable cards and storing them. And as time goes on, she gets a binder and she gets like the card sleeves or whatever, like penny sleeves, so that she can put her cards in penny sleeves. I don't know if she's at a point where she's like got like top loaders yet. You know what I'm saying? Like the hard cased top loaders so that she can like really like protect her cards, but for sure, like she's actually, moving in card stuff. She even played in her first tournament, I believe, and was having fun. And it's just so wholesome to see her enjoying herself.
See, I don't mind that. That's
a journey ripping open Pokemon packs.
That's
So, like, yeah, we get the creators that we probably don't want to see or don't need to see, but you know, we also get some good stuff. So
yeah, like Keith Lee. Good stuff. Good stuff like Keith Lee is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay, that
I
makes sense.
like Keith Lee. I'm glad he's famous, and I'm glad like TikTok is back because he can continue to help small businesses.
Right.
But we need people like Keith Lee and not like Ash.
Like if Keith Lee was a gamer, if I found out he was a gamer,
He
was
might
able
be.
to, and he was able and willing to come on our show, I would 100% love to get an opportunity to talk to Keith Lee. If I could arrange that, then I definitely would. Because
I wonder if I bet you he is. I feel like he is.
I
He does
don't
have
think he is
Maybe.
because I mean he could be, but I don't really don't think he is, just for the simple fact that he was very active.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was an MMA fighter. So usually when you have that one lifestyle, it doesn't necessarily coincide with like the kind of lifestyle that we as gamers may live. I mean, sure, it could happen. 1000% could be a gamer and enjoy maybe sports games or something like that. But I just don't know. I'm not 1000% sure.
I still gotta test out like the delivery theory.
Oh boy, putting his name on it.
Mm-hmm. And apparently, if he tested it out himself too, he said there might be something to it. That if you put your name as Keith Lee in your Uber Eats order or Grubhub, whatever, that your food comes back like perfect, immaculate, like top tier, nothing missing, like extra stuff, like fries come out extra crispy, all that. Allegedly, he did say you can use his name and do that if you want. We gotta test that theory out one day.
I have to try that one day.
Yeah, man. We'll order from like two. We'll order from like the same place. Order from like with a regular name and then his name just to see if it's true or not.
And if they call it verify, I just gotta bust in the best Keith Lee impression I gotta try and do on the spot.
What up, cuz? So, what do y'all think of Rivals and what's y'all rank in main? Rivals is a fun game. And as far as my rank, I don't play ranked because I don't have the time. I actually am into a whole lot of different things. So it prevents me from being able to honestly give a real ranked grind a opportunity. So I've not hit level 10 on any of my accounts of the two accounts that I have, one on PlayStation and one on PC. And my mains are Invisible Woman and Cloak and Dagger. I am a healer.
I am bronze because I haven't really.
Still bronze, barely touch rank, but mains are
Me too.
Cloak and Dagger, Star Lord, and I've been liking playing Captain America more than some of the other tanks recently.
And the one tank that I did use was Penny Parker. I tanked for one game and I felt like I was trash. But apparently they said, no, you didn't do bad. And I'm like, I feel like I did trash. I didn't die all over the world, so the healers were doing something because I didn't know how I lived for so long.
I mean, it's kind of becoming Mr. Fantastic because I play him a whole lot. And I really enjoy playing with him. So Mr. Fantastic, if it's healing, I'm usually Cloak and Dagger, or now I'm starting to use Sue Storm.
Oh, yeah?
and Rocket.
Oh, yeah?
Well,
Oh, yeah?
and then taking, I like to use Captain America and Venom.
It'll hustle.
Hmm.
Got you using Sue still?
Yeah, I literally just use it. I literally just used her in that game I just played too.
What got you using Sue Storm, bro?
What was it? Oh, I was playing with Loki like a night ago, and just randomly was just like, you know what? Let me just try her out.
You couldn't give him a little bit of a say like, oh, watching you play, maybe want to play.
Oh nah.
That was crazy. That was crazy. Considering that, is it snowing?
Yes,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
it's been snow.
Oh, yeah. But that was crazy considering that we had a conversation and you were like, I just don't see how she heals. I don't understand, like, blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, bro, I got you. I showed you what happened. Like, you know?
So, changing her crosshair does so much. Because that crosshair that she has initially is trash.
I haven't changed anything.
It is really, you don't do. Listen. I put custom crosshairs on a lot of my characters now.
I mean, in Overwatch, I had different crosshairs. Sometimes I'll adjust the thickness of the outline, or sometimes I'll adjust how opaque the crosshairs are, depending on the character. But in this one, I just don't change anything. I don't feel like deep diving into it that hard.
I love the game.
Yeah, it's definitely a welcome change because Overwatch has not been it the past couple years.
Oh my god. So
Ever since they did the 5v5, I just
what?
wasn't there, bro.
yeah, that 5v5 killed it. And apparently they brought back 6v6, but temporarily.
Yeah, they have a whole separate like rank thing. It was like classic ranked or whatever it is. It's like just bring it back full time, man.
Yeah, like your direct competition has 6v6. You might as well just make that the new permanent way to play, or bringing
Game
back
shooter?
the way to play.
Okay.
More people.
So, how do you guys manage disappointment when a game that that you're excited for comes out and is not?
I bought it, refund. If I'm able to get a refund.
I'm about to say, you realize that most of the people who buy games on like consoles can't get those refunds. Like Steam is
Right.
not the only platform that you can get a refund.
Yeah,
once
as
you
long
start
as
renting.
you under that 2 hours.
Yeah, I messed that up with
Like we no longer have Blockbuster where we could just go down the street, rent a game, you know what I'm saying, bring it back if we beat it that same night.
That's why game demos need to be coming back. That's why I'm having Monster Hunter Wilds was so out having like a beta to try, and Dynasty Warriors Origins has a demo to try. It's like
yeah.
I'm gonna be
Like-
fair. To be fair, Dynasty Warriors Origins demo is a different experience from Dynasty Warriors Origins, the game.
I need to get
Yes.
Like, as much as I don't want to say it, it's a different experience because Dynasty Warriors Origins demo had me over here prepared for the hardest Dynasty Warriors game of my life. Like, you gonna throw Lu Bu at me in the demo, and then come to tell me, like, you gonna turn around and tell me that stage ain't even in the real game? It's crazy.
I learned how to parry.
I actually started to learn how to parry in like once the actual game came out. I did not learn it during the demo. And so I had got Lu Bu down to like a sliver of health without ever parrying him.
Damn, you know I just realized?
Literally just by dodging.
I just realized something.
It's just not easy, bro.
Well, yeah, that. But I just realized that the finals outlasted X Defiant. Just randomly. 'Cause I was looking,
Final's still going?
yeah,
Okay.
still going, and they are having a world tour, something like that. Smaller company. Somehow
And
still
what's the
active.
company that made X Defiant?
Ubisoft. I'm just saying, an Ubisoft-led game failed horribly. Wasn't good.
All I'm saying is that Ubisoft can't afford to continue putting money into franchises and into things that just ain't gonna work. Like, you know what game I never actually told you guys the game that I was fully expecting to be like a really good game because I enjoyed the previous one. And it was an established franchise. And I enjoyed pretty much most of that franchise. And then the last game ruined it for me.
What game?
Ghost Recon Breakpoint.
Yeah.
Wildlands was it. Loved Wildlands. Absolutely loved Wildlands. The adventures me and my friends used to have, the sniper shots that I used to pull off, and then Breakpoint comes out, and it was like,
This.
Wildlands still being $50 on Steam is crazy.
Wait, what? Ain't no way.
Because I was curious. Because I played Breakpoint. I did not ever get the chance to play Wildlands.
yeah, Breakpoint was like Wildlands, but on a smaller island. And they introduced levels to the enemies.
Yeah, it's weird. Like there's like you have to get gear and stuff like that to like level up and like upgrade.
Yeah, they tried to make it the Division, but not the Division.
Wildlands ain't supposed to be like that.
Honestly, Breakpoint honestly felt like they tried to make a Division game for some reason. Like, was this supposed to be what the Division 3 was gonna be?
And I don't always have to like a bullet spongy style game.
That's the truth.
It just, you know, Wildlands didn't give me that bullet sponge effect. Like, I sniped a man 500 meters out. One shot, headshot, bam, dead. Like 500 meters out. No matter what it is that you do, like 500 meters is a long shot for a sniper.
No, it is. That's why I didn't like. Oh God, what is that?
Isn't it like half a kilometer?
Bro, I'm trying to think of that game.
What game? Sniper Elite?
No, not Sniper Elite. No. Basically Souls like with guns.
Remnant?
Remnant. Yeah. I hated the first one because the bosses are bullet spongy and just mob bosses, and that turned me off the game.
The first
They
one.
fixed
Because you like the second one.
I love the second one. The second one was great. The first one I didn't care for, and I wanted a refund.
What did they change from the first one to the second one? Because I remember you saying you hated the first one.
The bosses were less mob focused. Like, yeah, you still have mobs, but like the ammo economy was much better in the second one. The abilities were much better. Not only that, but like the enemies felt less bullet spongy, so you wasted less ammo.
So basically, if they would have just tweaked the first one a little bit, they could have.
I probably would have liked the first one.
Yeah. So, yeah, and that's balance. But those are things that they could have updated with patches.
Yeah.
So how do you manage disappointment for games that you thought would be great and just boring?
Cry.
Who said skill issue?
Colt. First one was not it. Second one is fantastic.
I disagree. The first one was great too.
That's why
we've had this discussion. But we've had this discussion. I still don't remember how far you got in the first one, but the bosses between the first and second one, besides the later bosses, are not too different from the first game to the second game.
I don't know.
All right, so when a game ain't hitting as hard as it should be, right? Is that valid enough reason for them to kill a franchise?
Depends on what the studio.
Like if Assassin's Creed Shadows comes out and it's not it. So they just 86.
Well, for this one, like this is the siren song for Ubisoft. Like, if Shadows does not do good,
Well, it's probably going to kill the studio, not the franchise. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
should they pivot and move away from Assassin's Creed, since obviously there's been a decline? You know what I'm saying? Like, should they actually just kill the franchise and try to save the studio in a different way?
I mean, technically, the franchise died after
because oh god, what was that game shooter series that came out late 2000s, early 2010s that was not Battlefield?
Medal of Honor.
Yes,
Oh God.
like that franchise died off that last game. When did that game come out? 2010. Yeah, that
I
one
was
like
gonna say 11.
yeah, that one killed it. Then they made Warfighter also. I don't know why they bothered trying to make Warfighter, and then apparently the VR Medal of Honor game. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Above and beyond.
Yeah, Warfighter came out in 2012, and we have not had a proper Medal of Honor game since because those last two full
I
games
did say
were terrible.
11, but yeah,
I don't know.
I
what
was
they
a
were
big
doing.
fan of the older Medal of Honor games.
Oh my god.
Frontline,
Frontline Allied Assault. Oh man.
those made my those that's what actually had me enthralled with first person shooters.
Medal of Honor was better than Call of Duty, in my opinion.
Medal of Honor was better than what?
It was better than Call of Duty.
I agree. At some point, I agree.
It had the better story too. And then at some point, I don't know what Medal of Honor decided to do.
Story was kind of revolutionary.
It's weird because they merged elements from Medal of Honor into Battlefield.
Yeah, but
Does
I mean,
Battlefield
remember
have
that
that
the original
weird
Battlefield, the original Call of Duty
I
was
forgot
like
to
Medal of
sign for
Honor
that
style,
Battlefield beta.
like,
Thank you for saying that.
huh?
What Battlefield beta?
For there's a beta sign for the new Battlefield game that like popped
Right.
up a couple days ago.
I don't even know if I want to
What?
like touch the new Battlefield game, considering that how 2042 came.
Oh my god, that beta was horrible. Oh my god.
But I know that they're ramping up for whatever the new Battlefield game is. So, but yeah, like Medal of Honor was just it told that World War II story, and it stayed on World War II. Like, could you imagine if they actually got a little liberal with the story and kind of gave you like the story from a fictional story from one person's eyes instead of like recreating the Battle of Normandy and all of the rest of the things that happened during World War II.
True. I mean, you have resistance for that. If you want alternate
sorry,
World
what?
War- You have resistance if you want alternate World War II.
Do you have resistance though?
Sony says they want to bring back their legacy franchises. So
Yeah, because
I
they
don't
keep
know.
messing stuff up.
But
and
didn't
getting
they
yelled
just
at.
deny resistance though?
Wait, what?
I said, didn't they just deny resistance?
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
literally just denied that they're even bringing back resistance in the first place.
Bring
So
back Killzone.
I would take a full-on kill.
I don't think we're gonna bring back Killzone because that's Insomniac and they're doing everything with.
That's
Spider-Man.
Gorilla. No, it's Gorilla for Horizon.
Was it? Oh, it
Yeah.
was. So what was the other franchise that Insomniac did? They
Sly
did.
Coop. They had Infamous and Sly
Infamous.
Cooper.
Resistance. Yeah, Insomniac
no.
was Resistance.
Yeah, and Resistance too. Yeah.
Okay, so it was Resistance. All right, it was Resistance. I was thinking in the Killzone place, and
Yeah.
so my bad.
Then you have
I-
Naughty Dog doing.
I would just love just give me a remake of 2. Like I'll just take a graphical upgrade, remake it 2, bring back the multiplayer. I would play the hell out of that again.
honestly.
Oh yeah. So that brings me to my next question. So, can you name one franchise that you would like to see return that's not Mega Man? And what makes you want that franchise to come back? I have one that's not Mega Man.
I also have one that's not Mega Man. Breath of Fire.
Yeah.
That's my favorite RPG franchise, but Capcom be playing. But who knows? Capcom they've been bringing stuff back. We're getting new Okami. getting Onimusha. So
Which is crazy.
who knows? Maybe Breath of Fire will be on the docket next year. Who knows?
Let me think. Power Stone.
Power Stone. Oh man,
I think Power Stone is coming to us from the Capcom
that
Um,
collection, the new collection.
Fighting Collection.
I was whooping people's ass at Power Stone to it back.
But I mean like new Power Stone, new characters, updated graphics and shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, give me that. Give me a full new, from the ground up Power Stone. That's it. I'm thinking about the franchise.
Yeah, Breath of Fire for me. That's like probably number one. I would love Infamous to come back, but they ain't never happening.
Jack
and Daxter, Naughty Dog needs to make another Jack and Daxter after the cliffhanger that the Lost Frontier gave us.
Right. Yeah. Give us a new Jack. Like, let's go. Ape Escape. Why we at it? Because
And
we have had new
actually, the
Ape
main one Sony needs to bring back, which makes no sense because they 100% own it. It's not some studio under them. Just where's Legend of Dragoon? Y'all fully own this franchise.
Yeah,
Make a new Legend of Dragoon game.
And we also
So
own
let
Legacy of Legaia.
me actually say what Pete said. Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
That just came out. It is out. It's on Steam right now.
Yeah,
So there you go, Pete. It just came out, bro.
there you go. Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
You know what I would want to come back, and hopefully on like multiple platforms. It won't happen. Like it coming back won't happen, and it being on multiple platforms also won't happen. But SOCOM.
Oh, so
yeah,
you're
you're right. Actually, that might come back.
Like
Like-
a new SOCOM, or even like a multiplayer style SOCOM.
Well, Zipper got shut down. Well, they killed themselves by trying to do Mag, and then
Oh yeah. Listen, that was
I'm
give
also
them
all right.
credit.
Let me be honest. I played Mag.
so did I.
I played Mag during the beta though. Mag during the beta was an entirely different game from Mag during full release. Mag during the beta, they actually connected you to games. You actually got to play. Mag during full release, once you got into a game, they literally had you sitting there waiting until that lobby filled up. It's not always easy to fill up a 128 player lobby.
I mean, it was a cool idea.
It was. They just didn't execute it properly because they always like put in AI, put in PC, like put in those computer control players. So this way you can keep a constant flow. You can keep it going.
Yeah, there's a reason why you don't make a game where literally every single enemy is an actual player. Because it's very hard to keep actual players interested in your game for that to actually work.
But I think that they were a little
Admirable.
bit ahead of their time when it came to like massive action games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like massive battle action games would be like we were barely at a point where we were like 6v6 or like, you know, like you might get a 32 player 16v16 or, you know, whatever. Like, and at most you would get maybe like Battlefield maps where you had a 64 player map, but 128 was unheard of.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
that
like,
was crazy.
they were-
And on
they
a
were-
console too, mind you. Like
On a
128
console in
players
that
on a
generation,
console
we
is
were
insane.
barely in the internet age, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
On a PlayStation 3. Like that, it was very ambitious of Sony to even attempt that.
They were trying to do
Yeah.
crazy stuff. I remember Just 514. They were trying to make that game the shooter connected to EVE Online. They were
Oh
were-
yeah, that never came out.
yeah,
did
only had betas. That's it.
I think yeah, we played. I think we did play the beta. I think we got into the beta and played. Yeah, we did. We did get into the beta, and then he just dropped it.
You
for
said
whatever
the game
reason.
connected to EVE Online.
Yes.
The
They
original
also
plan-
had a game that was
It was
connected
supposed
to a TV show at one point.
Yeah, it was supposed to
Yeah.
connect to a TV show, but also connect directly to EVE Online. So basically, the commanders in EVE on like actual players who are in EVE Online can
could
essentially
send
give
orders
you
to ground
commands.
troops.
Yeah.
while they were fighting in space, they were said could send things to ground troops. It was supposed to be integrated between both games. So like, I forget what the clans are called in Eve. Are they just called clans? I haven't played Eve in a minute, but like, yeah, like if you were part of you could have linked clans between Dust 514 and Eve Online. Get orders from clan leaders to attack this planet. Blah blah. These objectives on the planet. Meanwhile, they're fighting in space while people in Dust are fighting on the ground. It was crazy. Like it was very ambitious, but that was definitely like this game's too ambitious.
And it's crazy because we've gotten that to work. At least that core concept of someone in some kind of command position commanding real players in a battle situation, which was PlanetSide 1. Like,
and also Battlefield 2.
Yeah, in Battlefield 2. So you have that concept. But for some reason with Dust 514, I think they just tried to do too much with that. That is a very big thing to do, to have it connect to a whole different game, and yet the actions are affecting both games simultaneously at the same time.
Yeah, I think the ambition sometimes is definitely something that can kill games.
But I appreciate someone trying to do that, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because God knows you need some kind of innovation in this industry. Sometimes you don't always stick the landing. But I like to see people try to be ambitious. I mean, look at fucking No Man's Sky now. It's completely different.
But sometimes if ambition kills your game, it can make it not worth it.
That's true. I mean, sometimes you get rare cases where your ambition that you had for that game is met and then exceeded, like with No Man's Sky. That is that's an anomaly out of this entire industry.
I'm gonna be honest with you, No Man's Sky was in big trouble for a little while too.
Yeah, but I'm saying the state and condition that it is in now is, again, it's a whole different game now. You're playing an entirely different game altogether.
No Man's Sky like negative for a long time.
Oh yeah. And now I believe it's sitting at.
I think it's positive now, but that's the thing. They committed to like, hey, we set out to make this game. It's going to take us a minute, but we're going to do it.
Passion project at that point.
Like, oh yeah. Oh, trust
you can't do that just going in purely to make money. Like the make money mindset ain't gonna work for something like that. You literally got to be in it with passion because you love it, because that was where your heart was. That's where your heart is, and you want it to survive because that's your baby. Like
getting it very
no
positive.
other way to explain going that hard for something like No Man's Sky. So I have a couple of little side quests that we want to just bring up real quick. First of all, I heard there might be a Vampire Survivors movie.
What?
Yeah. Wouldn't that just basically be Castlevania?
I don't know. So I guess we'll have to figure out how that's going to go, but just keep your eyes and ears open for any information or news about a Vampire Survivors movie. Also,
then again,
that the Gundam GQX movie is supposed to be coming out at the end of the month in theaters.
That's the movie I was fucking thinking of. I couldn't remember. I was like, there's a movie coming out like at the end of the month.
End of the month. GQX.
Which is an alternate timeline, the Universal Century.
Yes.
I can't wait to see it. I can't wait.
Alternate version of the original Universe Century timeline. Because I don't think it's an alternate timeline, it's just alternate version. Like it's weird. It
is an alternate timeline.
Yeah, it's an alternate timeline, but it's an alternate version of that same time. So it's right on the main story path, but yeah.
Well,
because remember that they also have alternate universes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, it's the same universe. It's the same time as it's Universe Century Alternative.
There basically. You go. Universe Century Alternative.
And this is in the trailer, y'all, so I'm not spoiling nothing. Char basically steals the Gundam, and that wins the war. There you go. And now we're in post. Zeon wins the war. Universal Century.
Yeah, that's how the whole trailer starts off. So,
which I was very shocked that they even had the balls to do that.
It's right after Char supposedly stole the Gundam.
Yeah. I cannot wait. 5 years after that.
Yeah, like it's right after.
I did not think that they would ever have the balls to do some shit like that with Universal Century. I thought it was a whole alternate. I dead ass thought it was just another one of these different universes that they do with Gundam, and that they were never going to touch Universal Century. That they're like, because Universal Century is technically quote unquote
A
sacred.
done deal. Like it's
It's
solid.
a sacred thing. So
Right.
basically, it goes
It's a sacred
Mobile Suit
timeline.
Gundam. Some of the movies, Seed is apparently canon, the Universal Century. Gundam Narrative. Oh, no. Gundam Narrative is before Seed because that's supposed to be the prototype for
Mm-hmm.
the new Gundam. And then there's Seed, and then Unicorn is supposed to finish off the Universal Century timeline. Wait, no, it's not. Apparently, all right. Apparently, either Gundam Turn A or G Self is supposed, or no, Reconquista in G is supposed to. One of those is actually supposed to be the final part of the Universal Century timeline.
Now, we don't want to confuse our viewers. Just know that if you're familiar with Gundam, then ironing out all of the Gundam timelines can be a little
Sketchy.
Yeah.
And then G Gundam is on its own island by itself, being
Yep.
the best.
Yep.
with this
Wait,
favor.
So G is your favorite?
Look how
G-
long it took for it to sink in.
Okay, so G is your favorite then.
I think I have to say G Gundam's my favorite. Like,
I'm
it's
not mad at that.
it's the most entertaining Gundam series.
It's over the top as fuck.
I don't know.
Like-
I mean, I was pretty entertained by Witch from Mercury.
No, Witch Burger is great, but like, I like the not that it wasn't serious, but I like the more non-serious take of still using Gundams with these crazy. Basically, it's like, hey, let's just make Gundam fights like the Olympics or some shit. And
I actually like that idea.
and just have all the craziest over-the-top characters in the series and ridiculous, but like basically wrestling promos with Gundams. Was like, all right, cool.
Why are there not more mecha animes that do stuff like that? You know what I mean? Like, I want to see more mecha animes where they have like giant mechas fighting each other in an arena style type of thing. Or like you could have like corporate logos and sponsorships on.
Like Zoid Century Zero.
Yes, like that. Just do that with giant
Big
robots.
O.
Big.
Wait, what?
I said Big O.
That was just Batman
was
with
not-
giant robots.
That's just giant robots.
It was literally Batman with giant robots.
And then it got super confusing at the end because I was like, what happened?
Yeah.
That ending is confusing in Big O. I ain't gonna hold you.
So let's get a couple more little tiny tidbits. So Assassin's Creed Shadow is actually being censored in Japan to comply with the Sero rating system by
Mhm.
removing graphic content and dismemberment. Now, they're doing this to get a Sero rating of Z, which means 18 plus. So it won't get a rating of Z until it does that.
Ninja Gaiden was fine. The Xbox version of Ninja Gaiden was fine though.
Yeah, right?
There are games out there that don't get rated.
Hold
So
on.
like
Let me
they're
see.
like
Wait,
so
wait.
far off the scale they don't get rated.
Hold on, let me see. Games that are censored in
And also, Yasuke is not an assassin in Assassin's Creed, apparently.
Like
They said,
Samurai.
they said that months ago. Yeah.
Yeah, but like he can't really do a leap of faith.
Oh yeah, no, he just falls and busts his ass. It's hilarious.
Wait, what?
So when he goes to a vantage point, he full on like almost Looney Tune falls and like ass first
Into
falls in
a bale of hay.
and then but he doesn't stealth in there. He just rolls out like because he can't hide in there like the assassins did. I'm just like,
And the hay bale gets destroyed and will actually be put together later, like a while later.
That's a good. All right, that's good attention to detail because they did say he's not an assassin, so that does make sense that he can't do the leap of faith.
I'm not gonna lie. All the gameplay stuff I've seen from Shadows
good to
looks
me.
way better than Valhalla. So it's like,
Yeah.
if it doesn't sell and it actually does live up to the trailers I'm seeing, the gameplay I'm seeing, it'll be disappointing if it bombs like that.
Yeah. Oh wow, this list of games that are actually censored in Japan is kind of shocking, honestly.
What you got?
San Andreas,
Of
The Last
course.
of Us 1, Fallout 3, Crash Bandicoot.
The first Crash Bandicoot?
Yeah.
I'm trying
However,
to
the
think when that
slapstick
game
Was it
violence,
TNT?
of the first game was toned down. That probably is it because you do get blown apart. Witcher 3, Wild Hunt. Oh yeah, I could. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Oh,
just
yeah.
remember, you just remember all like 80% of the things you played. So it's like,
Yeah, that was it. The violence. Call of Duty Black Ops 1. Violence and gore were removed entirely from the Japanese release of the title.
what is confetti fly to you in multiplayer? Like what happened?
Mortal Kombat. Oh wow, I did not know that. Yeah, Mortal Kombat 1. Infamous fatalities were significantly toned down or outright removed. Until Dawn,
I can see that.
Yeah, when to go ripping you apart.
Doom 64,
Obvious.
Mafia 3. Instead of much of the game's nudity and sexual content being removed, much of it was simply toned down. In scenes of nudity, black stars were implemented to cover up suggestive elements.
You know what's wild with that? When you look at like the censorship things like that, they'll release animes like Blood Sea.
Yeah, we watch people get turned into a fucking blender.
Giant demonic rabbits, like people getting impaled in the eyes, brains, like fingers ripped off, tongue ripped out. Like, but it's weird when video games are like getting censored, but we have stuff like that come out.
No, that blender
at
scene
the same
was
time,
crazy.
like their movies are crazy censored.
Itchy the Killer. If you've never seen Itchy the Killer, go watch
But,
that
like,
movie. That shit is
Even
graphic.
when
as
you
fuck.
watch like adult movies from over there, like they literally put the what you got over Riley's finger.
the mosaic over. Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah, like over the
the private parts. But what's weird? Here's the thing that's weird. Here's the thing that's weird though. So like they mosaic out P's and V's, right? But they don't censor buttholes for some reason. I don't get it. So why isn't the butthole censored?
Not a private
P's
part.
and V's
Everybody
are.
has one.
How's the butthole not a private part?
They were just
Everybody
really,
has one.
they
Every
just
single
really-
body has one.
They just really like Limp Bizkit, all right?
Chocolate starfish. I mean, that is now the theme of Devil May Cry's anime. I was very surprised.
That
I was like, wait,
intro
what?
announcement was crazy. announcement.
I had to double check what channel I was watching. I thought maybe it was a fan edit at first. I was like, oh, I guess this is a cool fan edit. Wait, that's the official Netflix? What?
And the last little tidbit of news was that PlayStation actually took away the 30th anniversary themes that they gave us for a little while, which we knew they were gonna do.
It's so fucking stupid though. Like,
It's
why?
like, yeah, they announced it, but it's just like when you saw how well received it was, like, okay, it's a theme on the pit. It's like you figure out how to put ads on there. Like,
But they
that's
promised to bring them back eventually.
Just put them back in. Just put them back in. That's all you had to do. Just put them back in. Keep them. Bro, I don't understand. What is it with Sony and just not letting their customers be happy?
Because you gotta charge them for happiness.
I swear to God, if they charge people for them themes,
you know they are.
Sony needs. I'm sorry, but Sony needs to fail. I hate to say it. I listen. I love Sony, but Sony gotta fail and get humbled very fast and very quickly. Because they've been. Let's keep it a buck. We're all kind of team PlayStation over here, but can we all just admit Sony's been kind of tripping lately?
They have been, but the problem is that Microsoft has lost their mind with in terms of like what they want to do, which like I was saying a couple months ago in some episodes, where now they're saying a lot of future Xbox titles might be day one on PlayStation as well. So it's like,
Oh yeah.
they effectively gave up the console game.
Yeah, they turned to Sega.
Yeah,
That's what
it's
they've become Sega.
Sony doesn't care what Nintendo does for the most part. So it's like, what's gonna humble them? Besides, like they would have to intentionally tank a year and just release shit game after shit game after shit game. But the thing is, people still buy the consoles to buy older shit that they might not have played yet because they might have been a PC gamer the whole time, or Xbox gamer the whole time, or Nintendo gamer the whole time. So units and games are still going to keep moving. So it's like, it's hard to humble Sony at this point.
Damn, I just realized something. So essentially, Sony effectively has a monopoly on the game, like the console game market, essentially, in a way.
Nintendo.
No,
Listen, unless that Switch 2, it's Sony quaking in their boots.
Nintendo is.
It don't matter what the Switch 2 will have. It's still going to move like 20 million units in the first like 2 months.
Nintendo is the number one selling system when it comes down to it. When it comes down to the brass tacks, at least.
True, that is very true. It outsold both of them, but it wasn't on their. People didn't consider the Switch as a competitor to like the PS4 and Xbox.
It still outpaced both consoles,
and that's exactly the
true.
problem. As long as you don't see the Switch as a competitor, you don't get respect.
That's why I need the Switch 2 to be considered a competitor.
It won't be.
It won't be, but I want it to be.
That's how they fly under the radar, and that's how they keep their market share solid. Because people aren't going to look at the Switch 2 in the same way that they look at the PlayStation and the Xbox. They might look at the Switch 2 more along the lines of how they would look at a Steam Deck. And I guarantee you, they'll buy a Switch 2 before they would buy a Lenovo Legion Go or a Steam Deck or a ROG Ally or anything else that comes out that's handheld, because Nintendo has a solid and completely solidified name, like a completely cemented name within the industry when it comes to gaming. And you know what you're getting. And you don't have to worry about trying to manage a PC, because you are getting a console that is an entertainment system without the bells and the whistles.
This is why it's important to have competition.
The Switch is, in grand scheme, the Switch is nearing the PlayStation 2 as the best-selling console of all time.
Wild to say.
PS2 lifetime 160 million. Switch in, what was that, February 2017? Yeah.
But this is
148 million.
But this is why competition is important. Because if you don't have competition, you get a company like Sony that ends up being on top. It's just like, yeah, I can take away the 30th anniversary themes and then resell them to you later on. Who cares? You're not going to. Where you gonna go? You gonna go to Xbox? Is that where you gonna go? No, you're not. You're not gonna go to Xbox. You're gonna go to the Switch. You're gonna use that as your primary gaming apparatus.
I just think brand loyalty is kind of weird sometimes too.
Oh no, it is. Brand loyalty is fucking weird. I always thought it was weird.
I mean,
it's like stand culture.
Oh, I'm an iPhone user. I'm a Samsung user. I'm a PlayStation player. Like, at the end of the day, if you take off the cover, they all look the same.
Yeah, they all got the same components.
It all goes back to human beings who have weird primal instincts of needing to be part of a tribe or a group.
And yes, they all look like PCs, if you want me to be honest with you. The difference is the configuration of the motherboards and how they cool them.
That's true. Ain't wrong about that. All mid. let me stop. The brand loyalty is the same as like stand culture. Am I wrong? It really, it's still a form of brand loyalty, or it's just like, oh, I'm a Swiftie. For our editor, don't Leave that out. Don't make no clips of me mentioning Swifties, please. I don't need that sort of hate towards us. All right.
I mean, hate views is still views.
Bro, did you see what happened with
Nope.
What?
Oh, the one dude's the one Eagles player's mom restaurant.
Yeah, I was like, what? Listen. Swifties, I don't have a problem with you. Just so you know that. Some of y'all. But like, I like Taylor Swift, okay? Just, you know what? Time, whenever you see this, just leave that out.
He's gonna
There
make
you go.
He's gonna make a full-on remix of this.
No, don't do that.
It's it's better when you stop talking.
Yeah. Stan culture is the same as that of like, you know, people who are fervently a fan of a certain music artist.
You gonna go for any other music artist
I am
fans?
not mentioning
No
any-
Barbs.
Well, I am.
No Beehive.
Nope. I like
Cause
Beyonce, so
So what you're saying? You just said you like Taylor Swift.
yeah.
So what you mean? I like
I have no
Beyonce,
problem- I have no problem with Beyonce at all.
but you got problems with Swift?
I do not have problems with Taylor Swift either. I just think Travis Kelsey. I just think Travis Kelsey played like garbage at the Super Bowl, though.
I mean, you ain't wrong.
Okay. It's okay.
That was embarrassing to see the Chiefs, bro. Oh my god,
It's okay. There are teams that have done worse.
that is very
Panthers.
The what?
The Panthers.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody
Talking about
remembers
Stars
Cam
team
Newton
now.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was a rough Super Bowl.
The Falcons.
That
They did amazing, and then they didn't, and let a team come all the way back and win. In the
That
Super
sounds a
Bowl.
lot like the Jets.
In the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Going like what? 0 in before they actually scored. It was like what? 0 in 30?
what?
This Sunday?
Like 32 or something like that.
Like 32-0 for a minute.
Yeah, like what the hey, what?
Oh no. Are you talking about the Chiefs and the Chiefs and the Eagles? No, it didn't get that high.
Oh, it got high though.
It was
like 20.
27-0 or
That's still pretty high.
yeah, like and then like the Chiefs finally scored. I think it was like 27.
I honestly
It was in the
think-
20s, but I think when the Chiefs got their first points on the board.
I honestly feel like the Eagles let them get those points.
I mean, it is what it is. Defense wins games.
Pity.
Anyway, we will leave that for a sports show, which we are not. So anyway, thank you all. Thank you all for joining us today. We hope that you had fun here at Start Button. We're going to try to bring you more entertainment, more entertaining episodes. So stay tuned. Remember, because one thing that I hear a lot is, oh man, I forgot that you guys went on Tuesdays instead of Wednesdays. And oftentimes I respond, we've been on Tuesdays for more than 6 months at this point. So
Yeah.
every Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m., unless otherwise announced. We won't switch to a different day. We won't do anything different. If we're not here on Tuesday, we probably won't be here this week. Thank you very much for tuning in. We appreciate you. And we hope that you are enjoying yourself. We hope that you enjoy us as we enjoy you. And remember, if there's ever anything that you want to accomplish, sometimes all you got to do is just press the start button. Just get started. Peace.
Peace.